Hello children, in this video I'll be telling you about letter writing for class 12 CBSE students, as letter writing is asked as one of the short compositions which carry 5 marks. And if you go ahead with correct format with proper organization of ideas that are given in the question, let me assure you that it is very easy for you to score 5 on 5 in this question. Alright, so let's have a look at letter writing. So, children, as I told you, letter writing is a part of your short compositions which you get in your writing skills section. Okay, section B for writing skills. So, letter, of course, is a form of written communication. We all know that. You may say that these days letters are not in trend, but let me tell you very clearly, like formal letters which are there in your syllabus, especially, they are still in trend when you go to any office, even if you go to bank, to open a saving bank account, or even if you have to get any transaction done, any you have to request for something, you are asking for some favor in any office, you have to write a letter for that. Okay, so of course it's a form of written communication, and there are two types of it: formal letters and informal letters. Now class 12th doesn't have informal letters in their syllabus, you have only formal letters. And in even in formal letters, only two types of letters are there in your syllabus. One is the letter to the editor, all right, and other is application for job. Only these two types of letters are there in your syllabus, so we are going to focus only on them. Now, if we talk about the letter to the editor of a newspaper, basically. So, why do we write a letter to the editor of a newspaper? Because in every newspaper there is a column which where we send letter to the editor, because we as public, as people, if we want to express our views on any situation, any topic, any current topic, we want to express our views and we want our views to reach the masses. For that we use that column. Okay, so we write this letter to the editor so that he publishes those ideas that we are giving to him, means our opinion, our views, in his newspaper. All right, so we actually give suggestions sometimes to a problem, sometimes we give our opinion on issue of public interest. Please understand, this letter is about the topic or an issue of public interest. We are not going to talk about a personal experience. Of course we can share our experience, but the topic has to be related to public interest. Okay, next is application for job. Whenever we apply for a job, we always send an application, and you will be taught how to write that application also. All right, now as you can see here, I have told you what are the things that are specified in a format. So format actually carries 1 mark, and in the format what all is counted is sender's address, date, receiver's designation and address, subject, salutation like dear sir, madam, complimentary clause. You must use a compliment to conclude your letter, and of course sender's name. All right, so means this sender's name is like complimentary clause, and sender's name, it can also be known as subscription. All right, so all these points comprise 1 mark. Clear? Now the next is content. Content is basically the body of letter and number of paragraphs that you make to give the points which are related to the question, and for that you have 2 marks. All right, next is the organization. Organization is actually accuracy of grammar and spelling, okay, which also has 1 mark. All right, so organization of idea has 1 mark, and then accuracy of grammar and spelling also has 1 mark. Okay, now please understand the points that you need to remember when you write a letter. Of course, you have to start each new line from left hand margin. So your letter should look like, the format. I'll show you a picture also where the format has been written. Okay, so it has to be on the left hand margin. Then what all is supposed to be written in that left hand margin? First, of course, you have to write sender's address. Okay, then you have to write date, left aligned, then receiver's address, that will also be left aligned. All right, yeah, and salutation, sir or madam, then subject, content of the letter. All right, so all these things have to be left aligned. Subject is the topic on which the letter is supposed to be written. Okay, then body, there has to be three paragraphs in the body of the letter. Please understand, minimum three paragraphs. First paragraph is always the introductory paragraph. I'll explain you all in detail that. Okay, second paragraph explains the points, the problem, what is given in the question. But if you give the problem, then with the problem you need to tell the reasons for that problem, and you are also supposed to suggest the solutions to that problem. Only then the content is supposed to be appropriate, otherwise not. You can't only talk about the problem, you need to give the reasons, specifying specific reasons why is that problem happening, and also you need to suggest some solutions also. Right, third paragraph is the conclusion basically, and in this paragraph you always mention what you expect. Okay, you may request the addressee to fulfill the needed task or whatever is supposed to be done. Then of course there is a complementary clause, and you see what kind of complementary clause you are supposed to give in. If for example you are writing to the principal, you always use obediently. If you are writing to the employer, in job application, or even if you are writing to the editor, you have to use truly. But if you are writing to some business vendor, you have to use sincerely. This is how complementary clauses are given to a letter. Okay, then of course what else is important is coherence and organization of ideas. There must be a proper consistency in your ideas. All right, next is think and analyze the subject and topic. You should be able to know what are the relevant points that I am supposed to give in this particular topic. Okay, that is given in the question. Recall all the ideas and put them on rough sheet while brainstorming. So you can always use the last page of your answer script as the rough sheet, or even I would suggest you to make use of pencil, and on the top of your sheet somewhere above the margin you can write points if you want, in very small font. That can also be done. All right, now you see, this is how your letter should look like. This is how it should be. So as you can see, in two lines only sender's address is given. Only two lines are accommodated for that. Then leave a line and write date. The format of the date has to be absolutely correct. What I told you yesterday, in that format only should be used. Then the editor, if you are writing it to the editor, then the editor, name of the newspaper and address has to be written. Then subject specifies the topic of the content which you are going to write in the body. Then sir or madam, in the letter to the editor we are not supposed to write like dear sir or dear madam, only sir or madam will go. Okay, and then body consists of three paragraphs, introduction, main content and conclusion, and last thanking you, yours sincerely, and your name. Okay, you see, you can have a look at the example that I am providing you here. Like, for example, you are Rekha or Rakesh, a student of DPS Indrapuram, class 12. After the pandemic, mental health of students is declining and they are required to cope up with a lot of stress in today's competitive environment. Write a letter to the editor to highlight the increasing stress faced by students and suggested ways and means to combat it. Okay, so you can see sender's address has been written as Delhi Public School, Indrapuram, in two lines that has been broken. Okay, then leave a line and put a date, 6 June 2022. Now you are going to write the date of your examination. Then next is receiver's designation, which is the editor, and then you have to write the name of the newspaper, the Times of India, and then you have to write the address also. It is not given in the question, so you have to invent it on your own. You can write the name of any newspaper. Okay, then subject is problem of declining mental health of students. Then salutation is given, sir or ma'am, madam. Okay, and then see how the letter has begun. Through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to express my views on the problem of increasing stress among the students due to highly competitive environment and their declining mental health due to this. So this is in a way the opening paragraph, the introductory paragraph, in which the purpose of writing letter has been specified. All right. Now, after that, the body is developed in which all points are accommodated, they are given, they are organized, the ideas that are there related to declining in mental health of students. And then you can see how it ends. I hope this letter of mine finds a place in your esteemed newspaper so that adults can empathize with the pain and stress their children are going through. And then yours sincerely, or yours truly, and the name which is given in the question paper. All right, children. So I hope you are able to understand how a letter to editor is written. Now let's come to the next letter which is there in your syllabus, that is application for job. Now the points that you need to remember while writing an application for job is, first, a job application has two things to cover. Okay, one is your covering letter, which is a kind of letter only which is written to that organization or institution or company or firm wherever you are applying. Okay, and next is the resume or biodata. I would not call it biodata because biodata consists of only personal information. Let it be resume only, because resume somehow includes the personal information as well as educational and professional qualification, what all is important. Okay, so when you write resume, these are the points that should be there. Like, start body of the letter, giving source of information about the job. This is about the covering letter. Share your interest and competence level. Close the letter, giving note that resume is enclosed in it. Then write 10 to 12 points in that resume or CV, which is known as curriculum vitae also. Okay, so write certain points in that. So what points you are supposed to mention, I'm going to talk to you about that. Children, I've got a video also in the difference between resume and CV and even biodata. If you want to see, in my playlist of communication skills, you'll be able to know that. Okay, now the next is content of resume. How should it be? First, personal information you can give, which is like biodata, where you are supposed to specify name, father's name, date of birth, age, address, hobbies, nationality, language known. These are the points which you are supposed to give as your personal information. All right. After that, educational qualification. For that, you can always form this kind of table. First level, and you should always begin from class 10, then class 12, then graduation, post graduation. All right, this is how you are supposed to give your educational qualification depending on the post or the job that you are applying for. Right, the next is your professional qualification. Right, so when we talk of professional qualification, means related to the job. For example, if you are applying for a teaching job, so it has to be B.Ed. If you are applying for any job in a specific field like engineering or something, so the professional qualification is related to that job, the qualification that you have. Then you need to mention experience, then you need to mention salary expected, and references means giving reference of a people to prove your reliability. Actually, every firm asks for it, so you can give name and address of two people. All right, not even address, though at least contact number should definitely be given. See, this is how your application for job looks like. It contains two parts. On the left, you can see the first part is the covering letter. First date is given, then the manager, company's name, address, then subject, application for the post of this. That's it. Okay, then sir or madam, and here I have given you details like first paragraph what it should be like, then second paragraph, third paragraph. So first paragraph, like, with reference to your advertisement in this paper dated this, I would like to extend my application for the post of this. All right, or I would like to offer my candidature for the same or for the post of that. Okay, now second paragraph must include details of experience. Why should they hire you? What qualities you have? You need to give a kind of personal statement about your qualities, then your strength, and why are you applying. Okay, and the third paragraph should be conclusion only. You can always say, I hope my application is considered and I'm given a chance to serve in your company. I assure you that I would be giving my best services, or I'll give my best services to prove myself an asset to your company. All right, for it, you can always give conclusion like this, and then thanking you, yours sincerely, name, and after that you are going to write enclosure. And in that, these 2 points: one, testimonials, means your certificates and all, and second can be resume. And on the next page you can see resume is given, how you are supposed to write: name, dob, gender, then guardians like father's name, email id, phone number, contact details. All right, then after that, expected salary, and then you are giving your educational qualification, experience, and references. So these are all mandatory points which should be there in an application for job. All right, I hope you all are able to understand how a letter is to be written, in what way. See children, these compositions are more about formats. If you are able to write correct formats, then you are definitely going to score very well. And I have tried to elaborate things for you so that you can understand in what paragraph you are supposed to write what. And still, if you have any doubts, you can always put them in the comment box. I'll definitely answer. That's all for now. Bye bye all of you.